Let's get right into another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we accept the challenge of providing dangerous, thought-provoking, and sometimes controversial insights into life's most common topics.
I can't help, or a person can't help. I wouldn't be able to help if my brother was on drugs.
Correct.
Raised in the family that we were raised in.
Correct.
You know, and how we were raised. And then he started doing drugs. Well, then, yeah.
We had a conversation early on, and I think this becomes very important, where I grew up in a dynamic where a lot of people came and lived with us. And we talked about it very quickly that people with a plan can come and stay, but we don't want to have a halfway house for family. That is not our desire. That's not something we want to get into. It gets a little complicated because if you give people an opportunity, they will take advantage of what you work for. Right. And it's not because you're stingy in that regard, but in a situation where you have family where, let's say for me, I am in love with family or family members that don't mean us any good. And you're telling me, hey, you trying to help him out and trying to give to him and whatever is hurting us. How far do you let that go before you want that person voted out?
I'm not going to vote that person out. I'm going to vote you out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You going to make me choose?
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because if I'm saying this person means us no good,
right,
and you can't see it,
right,
then you don't value what I'm telling you.
But
so then therefore you don't mean me any good.
Okay, so
so then I have to make a decision whether it's so detrimental that it has caused a break in our relationship.
Do you, or have you ever been exposed to situations where you felt like she allowing the family to mess us up or interfere with our success? Emotionally, financially, whatever, spiritually. She keep listening to the family or trying to ride out with the family and don't realize it's hurting us. Have you ever had those type of experiences?
Yeah.
And is that a conversation? Is that a warning? How do you go about that?
It's more than one conversation. It's conversations, examples, it's all of that. And at the end of it, like, they have to choose. They have to pick sides. So if, let's say, if your brother's a crackhead,
right,
I would still do my due diligence. Like, hey, do you want to go to rehab? I'll help you with that. Would you do that?
Absolutely.
And if he stands up and say, no, my lifelong goal is to be a crackhead, and that's what I am.
I'm a great crackhead.
They don't say that.
I do what I'm good at.
I get what you're getting at.
So if they say that, I'm like, okay, you're done. I can't support that.
Right.
You out.
The confusion that comes in both of what you're saying, I can understand a little better. I cannot, in the fact that you said you don't vote people off. You don't excommunicate or exclude people. But then in this situation, the person go ahead.
No, well, I said I don't physically participate in the vote. I can stop dealing with that person. Okay. But I don't need to have a family vote and we all need to be, because to me that gets convoluted and messy, because you're going to have somebody say, well, Jackie said we had a vote and I didn't vote, lying. But everybody else voted you out, Dion. So go talk to them. Well, that's why I'm not, because you're going to have, not everybody is going to stand on it and be like, well, Dion, you know what? The last time you came to the crib, something came up missing. And process of elimination was you. And at this point, we ain't having it no more. So the whole family sat down and we voted, and everybody said, you can't come around no more. And everybody be like, yes, I have not met the family where everybody's going to say, yes, that's what we said.
I think that's
somebody's going to say, no, I didn't vote, or, well, I felt pressure. So that's why I'm not even going to play those games, because anything I do, I can stand on. I'm just not going to deal with Dion anymore. But I'm not going to participate in the vote.
If the spokesperson's message was, look, Dion, We know you pawned that stuff because your name was at the pawn shop. We know you stole. You keep stealing. We gave you chances. We had a vote. Everybody said, no, you couldn't come around the family no more except for Carla. But due to majority rule, you can't come back. You have an issue with that?
Yes, I do. I have a problem with it being voted upon. I guess I have a problem with it being voted upon. Yes.
I don't mind saying you lost 73-10.
I
just have a problem with that
because I think democracy is the most long-standing form of government and decision making by the masses. The thing about it is you're willing to exclude dealing with everybody over not saying you just don't want to deal with one person. If you would be honest and say, I realize it's uncomfortable when Dion's there. I realize I have to think extra, do extra, be extra when Dion's around. But as opposed to telling Dion about himself in a vote that we don't want him around, I would just rather not be involved with any of the family.
No, I didn't say that. I said I didn't want to be part of the vote. I never said that I was going to stop coming around.
Okay.
I'm not participating in the vote. I can stand on here's the situation. If Dion, and I said, okay, everybody voted for Dion not to be there. And then Dion showed up. Okay? Mm-hmm. And then they was like, oh, well, Dion, my bad. Nobody told you that you was no longer welcome at game night. And then you be like, we had a vote, and you talking to Dion, and then nobody else is saying anything about it, because you know that's how folks get. You talking to Dion, and Dion getting all mad and getting on, and then you and Dion start fighting, and then nobody helped you. But y'all had this vote, right. And Dion tearing your ass up. Right. You gonna feel some type of way.
The situation.
Yes or no?
I am, but you know, because
that's why I'm not participating in the vote.
Because in the family you're describing, it's always the one loud auntie that wanted it from jump. She wanted it for years, and she finally got a platform.
She ain't like Dion when she babysat.
But hey, I mean, all this is hypothetical. Right. So you're right. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like the whole voting, because there's going to be somebody that don't stand on it. It just can cause so many problems it can cause a larger fracture than it has to, because like I said, I guarantee you not everybody even knows that the person that brought it up 9 times out of 10 will not stand on it when it comes time to address the issue.
I think
it's like throw the rock, hide your hand.
It's the person whose house it is to be in charge of security, though. If Dion was coming, I wouldn't say no. I would like, Chris, get your boy.
Right.
But if he's Dion and I see him show up,
right,
and I'd be like, hey, and we still, like, I didn't vote for him.
Right.
But I was like, look, man.
Because everybody not going to cut Dion off. Some people going to still deal with Dion.
Like that drama?
I don't think it's drama 100% of the time. But that's just...
Yeah. I would say, hey, you know you were voted out, right?
And he'd be like, no, I'm not having that.
Okay. Well, no, you voted out, but me and you still cool. No, I'll call you next week, but... we finna get in here in this Pictionary,
right?
And I'll hit you up later. I didn't vote for you, but majority rule.
Let's clarify something. Okay. Somebody that's on crack is not high 100% of the time, but they're on crack 100% of the time.
They have a drug addiction 100% of the time.
I need you to say it.
Yes.
They're on crack 100%.
No, they have a drug addiction 100% of the time. Yes. But they're not high all of the time. Correct.
So we don't want a crackhead amongst us, because they're a crackhead. At least meet me there. They're a crackhead 100% of the time. Or are you only a crackhead when you're high on crack?
No, I think you have a drug addiction all of the time. But even people that are clean still claim that they're
addicted. Addiction is
absolutely
correct.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, and that's people who have been, sober or off the drug for years still claim that type of
So the only time you don't have sympathy for somebody with an addiction is if they're addicted to little kids.
Yeah, I just have I don't like. I won't say I don't like pedophiles. I see you done brought that back around. It seems like you're trying to catch me up on something and make me change my mind. I am not participating. Maybe that's the case. I'm not saying that I'm not. But what I'm saying is because you can't choose family. Your family is who it is.
Okay.
If I'm a Robert, and I'm related to Crackhead Betty. Right. And somebody be like, your last name right? So Crackhead Betty, your cousin? Yes, she is.
Okay.
But I don't fool with Crackhead Betty. You know.
Would you tell that person that?
No,
okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Because I don't care what people think about me. Yeah. So I don't have to tell them I don't fool with them. Because to me, people that do that want to seem better than. And like I said, I don't feel like I'm because I don't know Crackhead Betty's story. Maybe if I had Crackhead Betty's life, maybe I would have been on crack as well.
Let me ask you this last question, because I've been thinking about this as you've been speaking as well. How far do you need to go, or how much money do you need to have where you do feel like you've outgrown your family or you're better than?
I don't think it's for me. If I would have won the $1 billion, I would still, when I went home, stay at my mom's, still go to the friends' houses that I went to that was there. I never went home and just didn't go where I know, still go to my friend's house, still go see my girlfriend that I worked with. Okay. I wouldn't act like, oh, well, I'm better than them now. They need to come to me, or we need to meet at the W, or I would not.
A great example, though, is don't you feel like because of where we're from, you're putting them in danger because you're not going to not have on your outfit or your earrings or do you have to roll? You got to take all your shit off to go visit them?
No, I would do like I do now. Like
you don't have shit now. I'm talking about you.
Have shit now.
I'm talking about you with the billions is a different set of earrings. It's a different set of Cartier glasses. It's a different set of diamond rings and
I think
things.
But I'm not. For me, I'm not super showy like that. Like
because you don't have the ability to be. Okay. Yes.
Well, maybe I can't speak on that.
Thank you. Okay.
Because I don't think that I would be that. I would have more stuff or things, but my character would still be. I would be. I know me. No, I've been me this long.
You have, but you've been broke this long. What I'm trying to
explain. I'm not broke.
Okay. But relative to a billionaire.
Absolutely. Broke relative to it, yes.
So once you become a billionaire, we have these thoughts that, I'm still going to go to work the next day and all that.
No, I always told you I won't go to work.
I know that. But,
no, absolutely not. You said you still work.
Are you going to work?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
He said
for how long?
He said he would keep working.
Yeah.
Till you retire? At $1 billion?
Yeah.
He said, I said, well, I don't know. We be talking on the phone a lot because I'll be vacationing a lot.
I would go to work.
To do what? To be like, I'm rich, bitch?
And get fired. It wouldn't be long before they fire me.
Yeah, they would fire me.
Well, you would quietly quit? How?
No. I'm scheduling a meeting just to pee on the table.
I'm not doing that. And actually, you don't have
You're going to jail. So is that worth it?
I have bail money.
Okay, cool.
So you got the lawyer.
I'm going to call my lawyer first.
But in all honesty, if I were to, or in instances where people have come into large sums of money, and they wanted to go in a normal environment, the company would incentivize them because of safety and just distractions they'll pay you to go away. Even though you make all this money, they'll do something to get you to go away. So the company becomes uncomfortable with me being a billionaire at a supervisor role. I'm the clerk supervisor, but I'm a billionaire because now people that are way above me feel insecure or inadequate when they have conversations with me.
Okay, but let's just keep it 100. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the three of us that's in this room.
Correct.
You hit the billion.
Yeah.
You hit the billion. If we lived in a state where it didn't have to be disclosed, you wouldn't even tell many people.
I would do everything I could not to tell people.
And so would you.
I would tell them.
Exactly. And that's me too.
I still would say that's a different Oberyn in the paper.
Oh.
I would still deny it.
Oh. You're like, different Oberyn, same name, same look, same beard, same braids, same everything, but that ain't me?
I admit he kind of looks like me, but that is not me.
With the same exact name?
Yes.
Wow. All right.
They never told me we would switch that bird.
It wasn't me.
You got to prove it.
Okay.
And I think that what happens is though you do get to a point where you have to make a determination as to whether to jettison or cut off certain people, because if you and I have $1 billion and we fly in the family to the Maldives, to the Maldives, and everybody doing this and that, and then Dion get popped with crack at the airport, and they hold up the whole family. You was
then
wrong.
Dion just get left.
But you was wrong for inviting Dion because you put the family through something necessary.
Nobody ever said anybody tried to help Dion. Would y'all at least at some point try to help Dion? Or just immediately just cut Dion off? Or are we saying people tried to help Dion and the help didn't work?
I'm gonna say
or
this.
Dion's beyond help? Or we just saying...
I'm gonna say this in my experience. In my experience and in my personal experience. 7 out of 10 grandmamas was trying to help Dion for years. You got so many grandmas in the hood that gave him extra and that actually made him worse by enabling a Dion because his dad wasn't around like yours or his whatever or his, and so they actually helped to create or foster a Dion. So when you say that anybody ever tried to help him, absolutely, but he just couldn't get right. He wasn't going to be good enough. So that's what happens. That's what happens. But okay, that's what I just wanted to. From an outgrowing perspective, you do have to make a determination. There has to be a threshold where, hey, we've gone too far to let these folks, ruin it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say I do like your perspective on being one. So you saying if it's somebody that's messing up the bond, the oneness, you got to go. That is, and it's not a vote, it's a dictatorship because it's only one person really. It's only one. Yeah. So I did like that.
The problem is this though, when you engage with me and you fell in love with me and you chose me for me, and then you got exposed to my family who was a family of bank robbers or had a drug empire or whatever the case may be, that's the time where you make those determinations, not when they pull me in or they, somebody shot up and they show up at the house because it's done got hot in them streets. Then you're like, wait a second, no. I know for the last 6 years, I've known that we've been silently benefiting from your family ties, but now that this thing got real, I don't want that up in here. That's not cool.
Well, it sounds like you changed. Because did your representative show up? Because me personally wouldn't even be attracted to someone with that type of family drama dynamic. Now, if
but as we stated, I am not a culmination of who I'm born into, but it is my family. Like we all got them cousins and uncles and whatever. Right. So when you meet me, we in college and we doing this, and I'm doing my own thing, but that's still my family. Absolutely. Let's think about a mafia type situation.
Absolutely.
But then when it always comes back around. So once you know, you have to separate. Okay, wait a second. He's tied to a mafia family. Right. But he's really a good guy. Nothing he's showing me says that he's in the family business. Right. But at some point in time, the family, there's going to be something that you feel from the family ties. She
shouldn't have to be exposed to that. Once you start caring about her, you're like, look, I got to tell you something about my family.
Right. And then at that point,
you got to ask before that, or
Yeah, if you come, I think it's a situation where, you and I start dating. And we dating and, we getting to know each other. And then you be like, well, of course, I have people in my family that's in prison. You have people in your family in prison. And you like, my cousin get ready to get out the joint.
I don't like what you said, of course, but yeah.
Of course, yeah. You too, sir? Do you have? Yeah, we got. Okay, right. So, and you like, my cousin get ready to get out the joint, and I'm like, oh, okay. And you was like, he needs to come and stay with us, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, for how long? Right. Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, what'd he go for? A child molestation? I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Man, that's my it's okay. Well, you've chose your cousin over me, and I'm choosing my child.
You no longer want to be one. You broke the oneness.
And I'm choosing my child and myself because, hey, I don't know what all he'll molest.
Right.
So and then yes.
I think there's an age.
No, he's been in prison.
Age out of
No, sir. No, you cannot.
I don't think that you.
No, I don't believe that.
Listen to me though.
I wasn't done with my story.
Okay, go ahead. Come back to this.
I believe that you made the decision because you had to know that 9 times out of 10, a woman ain't gonna be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you find a woman that be like, okay, yeah, he could come. Oh no, I don't want to be around her either. You know, so but I'm thinking of those type of decisions.
You are. But what happens in a lot of situations that you know this from living this, a lot of it turns into they say he was messing this, or they say this, or they say that.
Like I said, if you know,
no. If you accused, that's it.
Well, listen. Listen, you don't too much get accused of. We're talking sexual situations.
Yes, we are.
That with kids, like, yeah, no, I'm good because I gotta believe the kid. Here's the situation. Hey. I love. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say any of your cousin's name, but your guy cousin that you're the closest with. Yeah. But. And I'm good with him. He can come stay here anytime for however long, no questions asked. Yeah. But if then Sydney be like after 2 weeks start acting different and be like, he touched me, and then you go like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, that's obviously a touchy situation.
No, it ain't.
No, well, no pun intended there. What I'm saying is, let's say he came with a reputation. The reason why he even came to us is because he was accused of something.
Yeah, he wouldn't came to us. Oh. He came to you.
Okay.
Because I checked my. At that time, I was like.
Once again, we're back to the accusation is enough.
Yes, for when you talking about that type of situation, for me, absolutely.
But you do owe him
I don't owe him
a conversation, not him.
Oh.
Like, yeah, just say, hey, you know what he was accused of, right? Why do you feel it would be safe for him to come here? I'm listening.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just no. That's too much for me. It's just like, oh okay.
It's a partnership, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You knew nothing. That shouldn't even came. Maybe.
And then you find out he's been castrated.
I don't care what's there and what ain't there because they didn't castrate the brain and they didn't castrate the heart.
I understand that all sexual assault is sexual assault, but I think at a certain age you can't call it molestation. You have to call it sexual assault. That's all. I'm just.
Okay. Well, whatever you want to call it, anything sexual, they're not welcome.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'll take Dion.
Were you and I have a conversation about the? Yes, we were. What
if he stole sexual toys?
Not even sexual. Let's do sexual. What about one of my family members, a juvenile, was in a situation where they harmed animals.
No.
But they didn't molest animals.
No, but here's the situation. That's how most serial killer. If you believe what these documentaries say about serial killers, it typically starts with harming animals. I'm not scared of a lot of things, but anybody that know me, I'm 100% honest with crazy scares me. And if you crazy enough to just kill an animal just to watch something die, I'm good.
I think that what has to happen in your situation with guys that you date or guys that you decide to marry is you have to create a qualification of what is crazy for you. Because some things are gambling the family's money away or being on drugs.
But how do I gamble your money away? They just
access. They have access to you. No, I'm saying.
Then that means they have access to you, and if they're gambling your money away, you can't possibly care.
I have a cousin. He's married, and he decides he has an addiction. It's a gambling addiction in this situation.
Okay.
And so he gambles his family's money away. She kicks him out. He needs a place to stay. That type of addiction, that type of criminality is okay.
He can come and stay for a little while. Okay. Yeah, I try to give a lot of people a chance, but
it's just certain things you won't give a chance.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Crazy's one of them.
Crazy.
And
some people would say gambling your mortgage and all that away is crazy.
Well, she didn't because she stayed.
No, she kicked him out.
Eventually.
Okay.
The first time.
Gotcha. Yeah, one hitter. Okay.
Absolutely.
I understand.
She gave him a chance.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that was my point as far as outgrowing your family. I do feel like you should reach a monetary situation where you just got to pay people to go away or pay people off because everybody can't Because once you become at a certain threshold financially, you become people become greater liabilities because of lawsuits and all these other things. You know what I mean? We can have we can have an immaculate home and decide to have a party, and we know there's some people that cannot be invited to that party because they can't be trusted to do the right thing, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, and I have no problem saying no to those who don't deserve this grace or this blessing because they have an inability to be okay with everybody having a good time. And those are the people that require voting out. So therefore we're all
But you're okay with doing it. You ain't gotta get a vote from everybody. You said you're okay with doing it. And I'm okay with you making that decision. But it's the vote, the family, involving others that I don't like, because like I said,
you will cut them off.
I will. Yeah, in my opinion, I do not believe that everybody would be 100 about how they voted.
Let me.
Do you think so?
No, they would.
Not everybody. I would be 100 how I voted.
Absolutely.
Like I voted you out, and this is why.
Right.
But yes.
So this grows legs, and I'm gonna put it to you, and then it'll cascade to you. You make those determinations based off of your position in the family, it being your house, and that kind of stuff. Grandma, great auntie, the women that you love and admire come to you with the plea of, don't be like that, don't do that, family is family, whoop-de-woo. Do you still have the ability to stand on that, or would you disappoint them in saying, I don't care what you say, granny? You know, that kind of person.
Yeah, that's what I do. I say, I don't care what you... They can't come to my house.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand they come to your house. I don't have a say-so.
Absolutely.
And I won't cause any drama unless somebody hits me. But...
Right.
I'm fine with that. But
yes.
I will not talk to them for you because you asked me to call them. No, I will not answer their calls. Yeah, I cut them off. And I'm up front.
Yeah.
A lot of people that have those positions in the family want to be peacemaker, and they want you to be mentor to the Dion.
They do.
They want you to just let Dion be around you.
I think you're speaking from
yeah.
I think, but not everybody, right? But not everybody's like that. He's had the experience, and I've had that experience, right?
Where they want you to be the Moses, of the whole family,
right?
Your cousin been to jail 10 times. Can he ride with you and y'all do some real estate?
Right.
Like, why would he where?
They just have such a belief and hope that you're going to be, even though you've been around all this time.
You can rub a little dirt
it's
on
gonna
it.
be
No, you can sprinkle a little knowledge.
Yeah.
Some people can be saved though. I do believe that there are some that can be saved.
Just not 2 people in particular.
I believe that, but not everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, not everybody.
Okay.
But I also believe that, like I said, it's how it's addressed as well. But like you said, you're gonna have some that coddle Dion, and then you're gonna have some that just be like, no, I'm straight on Dion, and Dion ain't even gonna come to your house. Because he know how you feel. Mm-hmm. Now he'll come to Granny house when something, because even if you there, but when they be like, oh no, we having Thanksgiving at Overs, he gonna find him someplace else to eat because he already know. And
that's what I like.
Yes,
expectations up front.
Absolutely.
The only place that you're gonna have a significant fallback from people who may hear this is when you have PTSD on. Where he was in the military, some things went left.
Oh, that's crazy for me.
Crazy. I know. Yeah, I know. You and Dion was cool all growing up. Man, he went over there, came back a little twitchy, and you like, I can't come to nothing. I can't come to nothing.
Dion talking to pictures on the wall. I'm straight.
Are you asking when you're invited to things?
No, I'm not asking.
Being included in
No, I'm not asking.
You're just not going to anything.
No, I'm not saying that. Because Dion, here's a good thing about me, and the great thing about Dion.
Oh, you leave?
Dion's is normally late.
Okay.
I'm always early and on time. So I could go and be there hours before Dion comes. Okay. And by the time Dion gets, well, it's been so good. I was glad seeing everybody, but it's time for me I'm gonna gather my children and make me a to-go box, and I'm leaving. Okay. That's the good thing about, but I'm not saying that I would stop going by grandma's house, because now if Dion lived with grandma, then yes. Yeah, I gotta stop going. I could just call grandma. I can go get grandma. Grandma can come by my house. But I'm not going to grandma's house when Dion lives it.
So you don't give a damn about good days, bad days, on medication, off medication. Once Dion has shown PSDI.
Listen. Once you thank you for letting me know, because I have to exclude crazy scares me.
Okay, and you don't have to be scared. I agree with you. You have a right to your comfort and your happiness in life, and you have a right to defend that. So.
Yes,
you can close us out, but I just need to know if Dion comes back, say he has been rehabilitated, tell you what he's done, he offers you money to buy your a new iPhone to replace the one he stole,
restitution,
and say, so the future family events, you think I can come?
Can he get voted back in? Can he get not voted back in? Can he get re-included instead of being excluded? Can he be included again based off of the works that he's put? Because you said everybody can be saved.
Here's my thief completion form.
Yeah, he got his chips.
The Christianity in me wants to say yes, but the realist in me was saying, good for you. Good for you. I'm glad I'm so proud of you, Dion. Good for you, but nah, not over here you can't. Not over here you can't.
Why would the Christianity in you say?
Because that's how you feel like you have to do. You have to forgive.
Because Jesus would have forgiven.
And I can forgive you. But that don't mean I got to fool with you. I think that's where people confuse the two.
I think people confuse it because Jesus didn't have no kids. So you can forgive the pedophile. You ain't got kids.
No. You tripping now. I ain't even gonna, no, sir. Can't even let you do that. But like I was saying.
You can't provocateur that situation.
No, you cannot. What I'm saying is I can forgive you, but I still don't have to fool with you. And I hope that you have done all those things and you are trying to be for you. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not even for me. And but not, I mean, once I stop dealing with someone, when I cut you off, I don't know of anybody that I started dealing with again. I can, like I said, you can call me and be like, I apologize. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna accept your apology because I don't like to carry that weight of intentionally having a problem with somebody. But I will never fool with you again. Ever.
At that degree, I believe, yes, but there's people that you stopped fooling with and then they came back around and you fooled with them at a lesser degree later in life because life is too short and I'm sure you didn't want to hold those type of grudges. But I'm going to say that and that's that. And then I will say in his defense, Jesus loved all the children of the world, the little children especially.
Red and yellow, black and white?
That's right. They are precious in his sight.
Okay.
All right.
So and love is love. However you express it, it's fine.
Just because he didn't have children, it was explicitly stated that he loved the little children. So, but yeah, I appreciate you providing your point, and I didn't realize you would have such a strong, intense perspective on this, but it's been very valuable to me. I hope that my point has been very valuable to you, sir, and I think that's what we needed.
Well, thank you. Next time we can bring along other women as well.
Of course.
Other guests. All right, I like that.
This concludes another episode of the Hollow Points Podcast, where we act as your therapeutic outlet on topics many think about but are afraid to speak on.
Oh, you're welcome.